So obviously you guys see right now that my locks are still intact, but I did want to explain to you why I did what I did. What is up to all of my little unicorns, new and old? It's your girl WestIndieRay, back again with another information-filled video. So this past week I posted this picture on Instagram and the girls were in shambles. If you don't already follow me on Instagram and you too would like to have your life in shambles from time to time, make sure you go ahead and follow me at WestIndieRay. I'm not gonna lie, it was very interesting to see people's reaction to the idea of me not having locks. It really touched my heart to see how many people were saying that they were inspired by my lock journey, because honestly, I look at my physical body or my person as a gift to my soul. So it's just really nice to see that other people can feel gifted by it as well. So the purpose of this video is to not only explain what I did to my hair, but why I did it. Let's talk about it while I wash and moisturize my locks. So this is what my hair looks like right now, very dry and freshly combed out. I've been doing this over the course of like 2 days. And what made me do this is because the first time in almost 3 years, I started noticing that I had buildup at the end of my locks. Not all of my locks, like this one is completely fine. And not the whole lock, literally just the end. And that got me thinking about the concept of everything being connected according to my belief about the principles of the universe. If you watch any of my spiritual videos or even the one that I made last week, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, make sure you click right up here. So if our hair is an extension of our nervous system and our antennas to the universe, what must blockages in my hair mean for me spiritually, and how can I ensure that I'm experiencing the most flow in my life? This is what the hair is looking like right now. Sometimes I feel like the ease that I ask for in my life manifests itself into situations like these that are more thought-provoking rather than situations to where I'm gonna have to learn my lessons the hard way. So naturally in these moments I try to pay attention so that I can learn the lesson the first time instead of having to go over it 3 and 4 times, because I just feel like the lesson gets progressively harder to learn. As far as the physical blockages are concerned, I decided to go in with a fine tooth comb and comb out all that blockage and dead weight. Just make sure that you don't do it on dry hair so that your hair doesn't break in the process. And I think that it was just a really good reminder for me in this very empathy heavy season of my life. As a self-proclaimed retired empath, somebody who is usually pretty good at making sure that I separate myself from the emotions of other people in the outside world, I found that I was really internalizing the struggles of people who I really love and allowing them to kind of get me down well after our conversations have ended. And of course, that's not the optimal timeline for me, because if me and my loved one are both sick, who's gonna make the soup? Throughout this phase of my life, I've really been having to remind myself that feelings are meant to be experienced so that they can be understood rather than wallowed in. And on my path to understanding those emotions, I came to another realization. I feel that a lot of times when we're trying to understand our emotions and the messages that are coming through to us, we tend to kind of seek outside confirmation or outside information to make sense of it all. A great example of this is when we go to Google and ask things like, what does it mean when this happens to me? Or what does it mean when I see blank in a dream? But if we truly believe that we as individuals have the potential to be just as spiritually connected as anybody else, and if we trust that everything we need can be accessed within us, we might realize that if we see a sign or a symbol in our lives, our best bet to really understanding what that means might be to really take a look at it on a personal level and try to understand, what does this feel like to me? What do I actually think that it means? So less Googling, what does it mean when I see 3 lions in a dream, for example, and more referencing that story that your grandpa told you way back in the day about 3 lions. The moral of the story might be your actual lesson, whereas what you Googled online might have nothing to do with you. Oftentimes, I feel like this symbolism is even passed down from people who are nothing like you in a different time, place, and set of circumstances than you're in right now. Now, hopefully your relationship with God or spirit or the ancestors or your spirit guides is strong enough to where communication between y'all is very clear. But I feel like once I started looking to my personal experiences for answers, my knowledge expanded so much faster, because now I'm literally receiving messages in my own language and strengthening my intuition in the process. Like, when you think about it, we each have our own individual languages. I'm not talking about English or Spanish or anything like that. I'm talking about the language that we communicate with the universe with, the things that certain situations remind us of. We all have our own language, and I really feel like we should start leaning into that. Now, I'm not at all saying that the knowledge and symbolism passed down from our ancestors is null and void. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is just keep your mind open to the fact that you might just be powerful enough to receive your own messages. I'm going in with my signature lock tonic now all over my hair. So as a person who prefers to be guided by my own intuition, who also doubles as a content creator, I think it's only natural that we acknowledge and understand that not everything that I do in my life is automatically gonna apply to you. Which is why the few comments that I received from people saying that they were gonna comb their locks out too because they thought I was combing my locks out were really cute and really sentimental, and I felt like, you know, it's us and I love y'all. But it was also really funny to me. I understand that I provide a lot of information to you guys, whether it be my spirituality videos or lock maintenance videos, how to care for your locks, how to retwist, how to wash, the products that I recommend, and things like that. And that is something that I truly love to do and will continue to do for as long as possible. But let's not forget that my main message across all platforms promotes the idea of the individual journey. Whether it be your lock journey, your fitness journey, or the all-encompassing spiritual journey. The individual journey is the only reality, in my opinion. At the end of the day, each of us are just here trying to figure things out. So being right at any given moment, having people agree with you all the time is not a condition to a fulfilling life, to where your spirit gets to come here on earth and learn everything that it came here to learn. So yeah, this is something that I just felt drawn to do myself. This is not a requirement for having locks. Something inside of me just felt like the intentional removal of my physical blockages would help me flow so much more spiritually. I was also reminded that my ability to operate at my highest potential demands that my understanding be accompanied by a release afterwards. I get the message, I understand it, I take what is going to allow me to grow in life or the messages and themes that I'm supposed to pass on to other people, and then I just let the rest go. I have no desire to carry on any blockages or burdens with me throughout my life. Now keep in mind, this is something that I am currently working on, which is why I'm being so intentional. So I just felt like that moment of transparency was necessary, because it's really easy to get on here and act like you have everything together when in fact you don't. In fact, you're just learning like everyone else. And this is just what getting there looks like for me. I encourage you to do the same on your own path, however that looks for you, as long as you're not hurting anybody else by it. And now that I'm done, I'm just gonna keep letting my hair flourish and do its thing. There's not much of a difference visually, but I could definitely feel the difference in my spirit. This is the first time in about 3 years that I've ever even dealt with this issue. So I feel like I've been doing quite a good job so far. But of course, I'm gonna continue on that path, making sure that I'm monitoring the products that I put in my hair, making sure that they're not too heavy, making sure that I'm sleeping on my satin pillowcases, and watching the amount of linty clothing items that I wear. Within the next few months, I will also be due for another lock detox. If you have not seen my spiritual lock detox video, you can click right up here. There'll also be a link in the description box below for that one. And then of course, I'm going to try to make sure that I am in the most flow in all other areas in my life as well. For your reference, this is what the ends of my hair look like right now, but I do believe that it's gonna lock back up really quickly. But that wraps it up for this video. I hope that you really enjoyed it, and I hope that you truly got what you were guided here to hear. Guided here to hear? Yes, guided here to hear. As usual, if you made it to the end of this video, make sure you leave me a little unicorn emoji in the comment section below, as well as your thoughts. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Follow all my social media accounts right down there, and I'll see you in the next video.